Oh, it's fine. It's not gonna sit up anyways.
Going.
It's
Hello,
gonna fall.
it's David.
I just reached for the...
Dodge. It's Connor.
I
Or
just
as we
reached
say,
for the,
JC.
Okay.
Double D time.
We're going, and it's
We're
gonna
going.
fall. Hi, you're gonna fall.
It's gonna fall, whatever.
Yeah. Are you ready for this? Are you ready
shit.
for this fall? Oh, no, not yet.
Yeah, it's actually working kind of well.
Let's see
Don't
here.
touch it.
Here comes the
I
fall.
think that little spider thing is gonna be.
And there you go.
Alright. We'll pick you back up in a second, viewers. Just put
him
my
over here
seatbelt
so
on.
they can at least hear us.
Just putting my seatbelt on. Oh, wait, I think it stops recording when the camera goes down. Where's the camera?
Oh, shoot.
Alrighty. But no, it continues recording.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah.
Did it just stop recording camera?
I don't know.
Alright. So it might have just paused.
Yeah, might have paused.
Did it go through some metapause?
I hope not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that old. So we're here with the retards in cars, or as Dodge likes to put it,
Retardos and cardos.
retardos and cardos.
I mean, I've watched all of the podcasts so far because, you know, I like listening to it when I'm working.
Yeah.
Right? How do they do this? You were there. You've been to one.
You just talk. Try to pick a topic and talk about it. So, like, people driving. I believe that a lot of them are really stupid. I believe blinkers should be used more often. I don't drive myself, but...
You believe what should be used more often?
Blinkers. No one uses their blinkers like they should.
I do. It actually pisses Casey off because he doesn't. And so I'll be driving and use a blinker and he's like, I don't know. He's very passive-aggressive about it. It's weird.
I get upset when my mom drives because she doesn't use a blinker very often when she should use a blinker.
Alright.
So, yeah, let's find a topic.
It's really dry in here.
Yeah. You got anything, Connor, back there? You got anything?
I like titties.
Alright.
Alright. So, we're gonna be dropping off Connor pretty soon.
David. Oh, Connor.
Yeah.
Dropping off Connor
Connor's,
first.
Connor's in Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, I don't like live like right over there. No, I don't. This is the wrong super one.
Yeah, you're one more down.
I
hope your mom doesn't get mad, David. But, you know.
Oh, well. She might think I'm home right now, but whatever.
So like,
You should have said something.
I should have.
You should have, but you didn't.
I didn't. I gotta go home
like,
and do yard work. That's fun.
what? Like, you know how?
I don't know, man. Yard work can be pretty fun.
You know how a third is like 0.3333 forever?
Yeah.
You know? So that means 2/3 is 0.6666.
Yeah.
So that means 3/3 is 0.999.
No, 3/3 is a whole number, retard.
3/3 is a whole number. There's a little there's a little bit that's like there but not. Just like 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, therefore 0 degrees Celsius plus 0 degrees Celsius is 64 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's actually not.
Right.
You know, because numbers, just like temperature, is relative. Actually, not as relative with numbers.
Right.
No, I mean, technically it is. Like, if you had a plane, and you had some people that thought it started at this, like this is the starting point, and some people thought this was the starting point in a number overall. I mean, technically, yeah, I guess it is relative to a degree.
Numbers.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, kind of. And a topic that's been attacking the friend group for a while, just kind of subtly. Now, do lines have width?
Yes.
Nope.
Because we gotta, you guys know Gabe. Gabe from the previous podcast.
Yup.
He brought up the fact that lines do not have width.
Because they
and
don't.
that is accurate if you're talking about a mathematical statement.
Which that's what a line is.
Which Seth, one of our friends, he was on the first podcast. He sat in the back.
Seth is, Seth's either really smart or really dumb.
Well,
It's
Seth
weird.
decides to argue because he likes to argue. I talked to him about it once, and he said he doesn't just like to argue. He does. He'll argue about a stupid thing even though he's wrong, and he'll do it just to have fun with it.
Which is kind of like, I don't know, pick your battles, choose your battles, but either way.
Well, he just argues, lines have width, otherwise you couldn't see them.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but that's a physical line, not a mathematical
Well, yeah,
line.
but
mathematical line.
There's two different types.
Yeah,
Right, a
mathematically,
mathematical line
you
does not have
can't
width.
see them. The only reason that you do see them in examples is because it's an example, therefore you have to be able to see it. So it's adding a width that doesn't exist. Kind of like
buys 17 watermelons.
kind of like in if you create a circle, right? Or like if you create a shape or like a, like the layout to a building,
Mm-hmm.
you can put down all the measurements for the sides, even if relatively like this 15-foot side versus the 20-foot side isn't proportional. As long as you label them, it's kind of like the labels on that. It's not proportional, but the labels are there because it's an example. You know?
Yeah, it's just that the definition of a line is from point A to point B. It's a distance in between, and Seth just likes to argue about dumb stuff, so he'll refute and say that their lines have width, just to pick at people.
But now we're
Like,
kind of arguing with nobody.
Like, because you can't draw a 2D line.
No.
It's still
You can't.
like a height.
Well, I mean, you can draw a 2D object, but you can't draw a line.
No, I mean
Like
like
actual.
if you take a pencil and you draw a circle on a piece of paper.
Technically,
It's
it's
not-
2D because it's not 3D.
But
But I know
it's
what you mean.
technically
I know
3D
what you mean.
Because you're putting shit on the paper.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Technically, it's 3D.
Yeah.
You can't draw 2D. I mean, you could in like
Digital.
a screen, yeah. But technically, yeah, you're adding a little
Light doesn't
film.
have mass.
So
So
technically,
digitally,
that's a 3D object.
whiteboards, chalkboards, all that shit is like you're putting shit on other stuff.
You right.
You're putting ink.
You right. You right.
You right.
You right.
You right.
You right.
So this is the pod. You right.
You right.
You right.
You right. Yeah. Markiplier is pretty
Now, you ever
entertaining.
notice that a lot of the memes, a lot of good memes,
Come from
he
Mark.
made, and then somebody else, like, it's like the guy that said it louder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's big brain time versus big brain!
In New York, so in 8th grade, I went on the DC New York trip. It's
Right.
it's a thing around here where they'll take us on a little field trip for about a week.
To New York, yep.
First week to go to DC
And it's about $3,400.
and New York. And I went there, and we flew to DC, and then we were driving to New York. So the bus driver said, "We just entered New Jersey." I'm sitting at the back of the bus, and I say, "I'm walking here," and I get responded to by absolute silence. And then a kid right next to me, like maybe a seat ahead, then says, "I'm walking here," and everyone started laughing. I was like, "I said that joke."
But
And they're like, "No, you
that
didn't."
does happen to you very often. You
It
say the
happens all
joke,
the time.
and then
All the
somebody
fucking
says it
time.
louder.
It's just normal stuff has been happening recently. Like ideas that, or not ideas, but beliefs
Ideas,
that I've
yeah,
had,
and ideas.
but beliefs that I've had for multiple years. Like I think this and I think that. Everyone would say you're stupid, and now they're saying it almost the exact same way I did, and I'm sitting there.
I think your problem is that they don't say it the exact same way. Like you
They say it
perceive
pretty
the
close.
exact same way, but the way you say it usually like makes it sound off. Like you might, I don't know, maybe it's the grammar you use, but it's
Maybe.
like
I'm not.
a lot of the things you explain, you're like you re-explain it, and then I understand what you're saying, but through the first go, it's kind of like not fully clear.
Okay.
But that's only with a few things. A lot of time, it's just somebody talking louder than you.
Yeah, a lot of time. Seth,
Is this one your super one? I'm not sure.
not me.
I'm talking to him.
Yeah, that might be.
Alright, are you near the auto parts?
No, I don't think so.
I think it.
Nah, this isn't.
No, it is. Yeah, you're near the auto parts.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because this is the
Yeah,
one
this
with
is
smart
mine. Yep,
click. Yeah.
this is
I don't come through this way. You were saying?
Yeah, Seth isn't great with waiting to talk. Sorry, Seth, if you watch this. Not trying to be rude. but he'll have something to say and he'll say it, and I get overlooked a lot.
Which is like I have that problem too, but
Yeah.
I try to control it as much as
I just, I just stopped talking because I was raised in a place where parents are talking, you don't, right?
Which that sucks.
Yeah.
I remember being raised in that, and I was like, that's fucking gay.
Yeah, because like I'd have something to contribute to the conversation, and I just couldn't get a turn because they didn't see, because my parent and her friends didn't see me as
valid simply because you were a child.
They didn't see me as a person in the conversation, even though I've been sitting there the whole time.
That was a big problem with my dad and not my mom. That was one of the reasons why they argued a lot, is that my dad would say, you're a child. My dad, I don't remember the exact line, but it was something along the lines of, you're a child, you don't have an opinion, and that would piss my mom the fuck off. Because that's bullshit, and she understood that. And that was one of the bigger arguments that they had. But, yeah, and then they split up, and I rarely go to my dad's house, if ever, and it's been nice, you know, having an opinion and being allowed to share it. So, yeah. What about your dad? I haven't heard, like, have you ever met him?
Oh, my dad? Yeah, he lived with us until my first grade year. I was 6 years old. The spring of first grade, he just.
Up and
I think I was 7 then, but I mean,
I remember
basically.
you told me about this. I would just
it's been 10 years. I can't remember
I would just kind of
necessarily,
hooked
but he hooked. My mom was going through like thorax surgery on her throat, so like my sister and I were living at my mom's friend's house for a week or so that my mom can recuperate or whatever. Yeah, thank you. And I just remember hearing, I was doing dishes and I looked out the window and there he drove off with the trailer. Just gone.
I overthrew the ball and he just kept running.
Yeah.
It's happened, I don't know, but I mean, like, if it's somebody that's just gonna bail on you, then I feel like it'd be better to not become dependent on them versus becoming dependent on them.
My dad wasn't the greatest guy either, because the only social interactions I really had with him was because he'd come home from work, or like he was a roofer, so he had like long hour jobs, so he'd leave like morning-ish and then wouldn't get back until dark, and that's if he didn't go to the bar. Like he was an alcoholic. So there was just that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a pause on the podcast for.
We don't need to pause it.
Well, just so that Connor can get out.
Well, there's no reason to pause it. Oh man, that's a cute dog. I just want to cute that fucking dog right there. Oh yeah.
That thing you were told to do.
Is it paused? Why'd you pause?
No, I didn't pause it. It's still going.
We don't need to pause it.
It's not paused.
I thought it was fucking soft.
I just meant like we're gonna stop talking necessarily on stuff we were talking
like
about for the guy to get out of the car. But my dad, the only social interactions I really had with him was late at night. If I couldn't sleep, I'd just go outside and to the garage and watch
David
Wipeout or NASCARs with him.
You did. Yep.
But that was
Wipeout.
Wipeout was a good show.
Yeah. Wipeout was a great show.
That was like a great part of my childhood.
You ever play the Wii?
Yeah,
version?
the Wii version. They had a Wii version. They had an Xbox Connect version.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The Wii version was. The Xbox Connect version was definitely better. Cause that shit, the Xbox Connect as a whole was just dope. Did you have one of those?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
fuck.
it worked.
What games did you have?
When I first got my Xbox, most of my games were for Connect, which was kind of dumb. But
and then you're like, oh yeah, that happened to me. We had a whole bunch, and then we were like, well, we can't do this because we don't have the thing.
No, I had the Connect. I just didn't have a lot of controller games. They were all exercise. So like we had Dance Central.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
one.
Poker face, Pokemon poker face.
That was so good.
Yeah,
I
that's the first song of
I
it.
spent so much time on those. I like mastered every song.
Dude, I was a weird kid in middle school for choir. We'd have like Friday, whatever you want to do day, so you could go up and you could sing a song or.
And you
do a
just
thing.
played fucking. Oh
I tried
no.
to do the dance.
Oh no.
To the song Poker Face.
Because they're not. That does not teach you how to dance even remotely.
I tried to do the dance. I also tried to sing the song Poker Face, and I forgot all the words. 'Cause
Oh fuck.
I'd be too distracted dancing to it. I forgot like there's not just the chorus.
No.
Yeah.
That's a cringy. I didn't do those as a kid because I just didn't interact with anybody, or do anything other than nothing.
Yeah, that was not a good one.
Yeah. I remember I would always play it in my underwear until
Okay.
like 12 o'clock at night. Big wide turn boy.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the tires on that thing.
We also had what are
crazy.
the adventure ones?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
with like the obstacle
Yeah.
course thing. Yeah.
And the riverboat. And
the
all that
riverboat.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
Are you sure
they had
we're not the
dodgeball
same
and stuff.
person?
We might be.
Are you
I don't know.
same person, different mom?
Maybe.
Because I mean, really, our dads sound pretty similar. You know,
Mm-hmm.
our fucking. Although mine wasn't. My only interaction was similar, except not really. My interactions was when he was in the shop drinking, and then I'd be like, "Hey," and he'd be like, "Hey," and then I'd leave because nothing happened past that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
What were some others though? There were more.
I had an exercise one that was just for exercise.
Yeah, I never opened
With
that.
like hula hoops.
I
and
still
stuff.
have that.
It was
and
pretty
I never
fun
opened
because
it.
they have
Because I was like, I don't want to.
they had a few things that were like skiing, or like there was one that was
Yeah,
paragliding.
skiing. I remember that one.
Those were fun.
I could never beat the guy because it was just like I can't beat him, so
yeah.
I didn't play it.
And the paragliding was difficult as all hell.
I don't remember the paragliding though.
We had a boxing one which didn't work very well.
Boxing. I don't think we had that one.
We had more, but I can't.
Yeah, I know there's at least one that I'm forgetting about.
We had a sport one with like
Sport.
bowling and like.
Oh, we had a
Oh, and the one where
Yeah!
you know
And
when
you
you're
can,
in
like-
the tank and you gotta hold down on the.
yeah, in the Ace Ventura.
That was the adventure one.
Yeah. In the sports though, you could like wave your hand over the crowd and it'll do the wave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I think if you did something, you could make fireworks go off too.
I think you just put your hands up.
Yeah, well, if you put your hands up, the whole crowd goes off. Maybe fireworks too. I don't remember though.
No, I think putting your hands up is what started it. I don't remember.
Yeah, like
It was cool.
you put your hands down, everyone would be quiet, and then you can like make the wave go, and
It
both
was
hands,
just
everyone
great,
just screams.
because you
It
had your
was
little
awesome.
guy. Oh,
It
it
made you feel so cool. Like
I remember I was really good at the long jump because I had like really big legs, and so that's how
it was always a little difficult for me though, because you had to run in place and then try to jump.
But oh my, that was so fun.
It's
Do you
a lot.
remember discus?
Discus, yeah.
That was hard to control. There was a few things that were super jank,
Yeah, it was a little janky,
but most of the time it was dope. You ever play fucking Medal of Honor Airborne? It's kind of like Call of Duty. It's in that there are guns. Other than that, it's not like Call of Duty at all. But it's like, every game with guns kind of has a reminiscent Call of Duty feel to it, I feel. But it's like, it was cool because it wasn't like, it was like there were different stages, and then each stage was like an open world, except for one stage. There was one stage that was more linear, but most of them was just like an open world little area, so not a huge,
Halo 4 was one of the first games that I played too. That was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Halo 4. I remember playing the first Halo at my friend's house for a while, and I just thought that was so cool to see the ring, to see the Halo, just looking up and it's just a giant circle. That was so cool back then. And then, like, after I started playing Halo 4 and stuff, I'd go to their house and they'd be playing like one of the older Halos, but not Halo 1, and I'd be like, this looks like really trash.
Garbage!
But like,
Dumb!
because you perceive different, like, The Office is a really good one to look at. I watch The Office a lot, but if you see, like, season 1, and their equipment slowly gets better and better, so the quality gets better, and then when they show you a flashback, it's like, it didn't look that bad, did it?
And it did.
And then you rewatch it, but it still looks normal, but it slowly progresses better and better, so you don't really notice. Yeah.
But
and then they just show you a scene from the early.
Like I was saying, but it's like it was an open world thing, and you had like a set of missions that you more or less had to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that really cool because you could do them in more or less any order you want to a degree. There was some that you had to do in order.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that was cool is that each level had like a set amount of hidden guns. So there were like set amounts of guns in the games, and then once you found it and used it, you could start levels with it. And I found that cool because you could find them and you could upgrade them. They'd get upgrades as you level up with them. And I always found that super great because it's like, I don't know, I'd spend hours just finding a spot where the enemies spawn indefinitely and just grinding to get all the guns max level.
You know my favorite series of video games? It was kind of revolutionary. Borderlands.
I've never played it.
You've never played Borderlands?
No.
Especially back then, it was just kind of revolutionary. I had a neighbor who was in his... he's still my neighbor, but he was like in his 20s and stuff, and I'd go over to his house and he'd let me play on his computer. Borderlands was like one of the ones I'd play, but I never really comprehended it.
What's it up, right? What is it?
So the storyline kind of goes off. There was this ancient race of aliens. Pandora was one of their planets, and there's these things scattered across the galaxy called vaults, and you need like keys or just special stuff to get into them. And it's just the game's about that, you know. And they're like they have a little bit more lore to them, but you're on this world called Pandora. You've got these guns that can shoot electricity or explosions, shotguns with just boom. And it was
shotguns that are shotguns.
Yeah, dude, it was really cool.
You ever realize that you can't really improve a shotgun?
Not really. You can make them explode. One of the cool features of some weapons, when you reload them, your character just throws the gun, or like if it's a rocket launcher, their rocket launcher will turn into a missile and just shoot where you reload it at, and then it will just one of their things was a digistruct, so it would like recreate something. But it was just really because they got number 3 out, but it's only on
Computer?
No, it's only on Epic Games. And Epic Games is Fortnite trash.
Garbage.
So,
actually, I feel like the game's not that bad.
It's dumb.
It's the fan base, which you could arguably the same thing happened with Minecraft. And that was us.
That's true.
That was us being a shitty fan base. It's just kids. Kids in general are just annoying and retarded.
It still wasn't that. I don't
hear that, kids. You're annoying and retarded.
We can't confirm. I was.
Can confirm.
But I'd never liked it that much anyways. I just thought the process of building instead of playing a little bit more realistic was dumb.
Well,
so
yeah.
I thought
sometimes
PUBG was more fun than that.
Well, yeah, but like you don't play Fortnite for the realism. You play Fortnite because you play it for what it is, you know?
Mm.
Like, you don't always need realism.
That's true.
Like, you know, I don't play Fallout 4 with mods because I want it to be more realistic. I play with mods because they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Fun. Which is dope, by the way, the fact that you can get mods on Xbox, because I only have an Xbox. Although, I'm going to be putting in the next 2 checks I have, since I've been supposed to be saving up money to buy a computer, but I haven't really been because I've been spending it on the RV, so I can get the RV done, and it's been a bit more expensive than I thought. I'm just gonna put my two next paychecks into buying like a $2,000 computer.
I think 2,000 is a little much.
Well, yeah, but if I get a good one, it can just last me.
It'll last about 2 years.
Nah, it'll last longer than 2 years. Yeah, your house is earlier. My bad. It'll last longer than 2 years.
Yeah, it can, but...
And I'm going to be budget cutting where I need to, for example.
If you get a really good computer, it could last like 4 years, and then it starts to run like newer games port.
I don't need newer games.
Yeah.
I just need Minecraft forever.
I remember a few years ago, my neighbor, the one who would let me play on his computer, he built his computer because the stores wouldn't sell stuff like that because his would... Like, it was one of those advanced ones that you build yourself and they won't sell at stores because...
That's what I'm going to do.
You can build it more advanced yourself than stores will sell. But but now my laptop can run some games that his computer can't. And my laptop is about 2 years old now, so like...
But you can update... Because if you look at the software or hardware difference between computers now and 4 years from now, there's not a lot that's actually different. Mm-hmm. So you can just go in, change a few things, and have an entirely new fucking computer.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to continuously upgrade your computer, but...
So it's not going to be that expensive to upgrade the computer?
No, it's not, but it's just a process. But it's just like it can advance. So like where his computer was one of the best it could be, now my laptop runs better games than his desktop.
Oh, don't be an asshole, you sped up, bitch. Going 35 and 25. Anyways, well yeah, but I still want to get a $2,000 computer and then just update it. And I'm gonna try to cut like if you look at Seth's computer, he got a whole bunch he got a fancy case and he got. I'm gonna try to, with stuff like cases, I'm gonna get cheap because there's no point in getting expensive. Mm-hmm. Except for cheap as in looks wise. I'm not gonna go for visually appealing, just that it can run. Mm-hmm. And it's stuff like the case itself is gonna be. I'm gonna get potentially the water cooling type, but I'll have to look into it. You
gotta get water without minerals.
Well, I'll have to look into it.
Because it's the minerals that make water conductive. So what you do is the water that they use don't have minerals in it, so it's not conductive. So if it breaks inside your PC or something, it won't fry all your circuits.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get that. I don't know. I'm gonna try to spend all my money as wisely as I can. Mm-hmm. You know, because Seth he says that he spent $1,800 on his computer in total. Mm-hmm. But that's including a lot of bullshit that he bought that he didn't need. You know? So if I'm spending, and I mean $2,000 for because I have monitors, I have everything that I need. Was it the one back there?
No, this is a street.
Okay. I have everything that I need except for the computer itself, because we just have a lot of monitors. I don't know why we have so many monitors at our house, but that's what we have, for no reason. But I'm gonna it's gonna be $2,000 for the computer. I'm not sure what it's called itself. Mm-hmm. Not the monitor or anything else, you know?
The tower.
Yeah. But I'm going to try to budget as well as I can.
The monitor is technically separate from the rest of the PC. So, there's the tower, which is the case and all of its components.
Yep.
The mouse, the keyboard, and the monitor.
Okay. But yeah.
Those are the main parts.
I'm gonna do that. And then I'm going to probably just, for the table and chair, I'm probably just going to build that. Because, you know, it's pretty easy to build a table and chair. Mm-hmm. You just go together, not that. And then, yeah, it's gonna be dope. And then I'll be able to do Minecraft with mods.
Minecraft with mods.
Which is really the only reason I'm doing this. For that specifically. I want it bad. Also because I want to create a distraction for myself for the next, like, few years or so. For spare time.
Mhm.
So I stop spending as much money.
Yeah.
So I can save more.
Mm-hmm.
And I also because I wouldn't be doing that, but I ran out of stuff to do, like on the RV, and so all the money that I would be spending consciously and well, I'd end up spending on bullshit. Yeah.
That concludes the podcast for today.
Short one because he's
short
got
one.
lawn stuff to do.
I got a rake.
What are you doing?
I got a rake, and then my mom wants us to go to her friend's house and then pick up their stuff and then do the dump run.
That it?
Yeah.
Want help?
No, it's good. Thank you, though.
I'll help you.
What do you...